I don't just talk about other people's stuff, I also make my own. Books in particular. To date, I have 4 books you can check out on Amazon. Operation Red Dragon: The Daikaiju Wars Part 1, Occult Mafia, Emerald of Maddox City, and the short story collection Assorted Absurdities, Tales of Kaiju Punk and Other Genres. Hop on down to the description for Amazon links to all 4 books. Enjoy whichever ones you read, and enjoy the video. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am the... Wait a minute. That's better. Anyway, not too long ago I shared my thoughts on the first episode of a new Analogue horror series entitled The Suitmation Trials. The first episode was simply entitled Instance 1 and showed a weird anomaly that happened during a VHS playing of Godzilla Raids Again. I shared my thoughts on that episode thinking that it seemed like it could be a good start to something, but at the same time, just based on that first episode, I was concerned about whether or not it would actually be something unique. Were they just using Godzilla as a simple aesthetic choice, or was it somehow directly connected to what was going on? Was it going to be just another sort of creepypasta cursed media thing, or was there a plan? My hope was that there was a plan, that it was going to be something special, that the people making it had something in mind. Shockingly enough, they actually did see the video. They left a comment and everything. And I almost wonder, because this second video has a line in it at the beginning, among the text that introduces things, saying that it's not like that creepypasta stuff. I have no idea if that line already existed or if it was in direct response to what I had said, but either way, the line was in there, and I know that they're watching this, or at least I think they're still watching. So the question is, with Instance 2 out, is it moving in a good direction, or does it look to be more of the same? Well, having seen Instance 2 a couple times through now, just to make sure I've caught every detail that I can, I mean, it's not very long, just like the first one, but having watched it a couple times just to be sure, I can say, this is what I was hoping for. Now again, the video is under 2.5 minutes long. You can very easily pause this video, go and watch it, and then come back to hear what I thought. In fact, I recommend it. Now, in terms of what I thought, like I said, I really do think that this is going in the right direction. It's not just going to be a cursed media thing, or at least that's not how it's looking after this video's release. The interesting twist that starts this whole thing is that when whoever the person is who's watching this, I don't know if there's an actual name for this character yet, but when that individual tried playing Godzilla Raids Again, they noticed that the anomaly didn't occur in the same spot. In the first video, there's this moment where Anguirus roars as the battle in Osaka begins, and that's when the tape suddenly goes haywire, and we get that creepy still image of the Mandela effect Godzilla staring through the screen and communicating through text. And there was this weird... I didn't really mention it at first, but it almost looked like the way the Anguirus image glitched sort of looked like he was bleeding out of his eyes almost. Maybe that's just the way the filter wound up doing it, but I didn't mention it because I didn't know if that was just how it wound up looking or if there might be some sort of significance. After watching this, maybe there is significance. So the tape plays on, but an anomaly occurs in a different spot, this time a far more significant one. It's the moment basically where Godzilla has a death grip on Anguirus, slams him into Osaka Castle, and that's when the anomalies start occurring. And the text that flashes by goes by really quickly, but you can freeze it for just long enough to see that it's communicating the perspective of someone who committed a murder on the set of a movie. Like, it's basically saying that nobody thought it was weird when Anguirus was killed, and the killer enjoyed feeling Anguirus go limp. And then, of course, we get to this pretty picture where the Godzilla, if you will, once again starts communicating with the viewer, stating that he doesn't regret killing Anguirus, and this tape won't be able to hold him forever. Talk about creepy. Now, this is where the mythology is actually starting to take shape, or at least slightly more shape. We only got a little bit of an introduction at first. We know something is off in Instance 1. But with Instance 2, we're getting a clearer picture of what exactly might be the problem. So a murder was involved, that much is clear. And it's something that actually made it into the final cut. And the perpetrator would appear to be Godzilla killing Anguirus. Now, I'm saying that using those names, but the question is it literally Godzilla and Anguirus? Is it the suit actors? Is there something else going on? Like, we clearly know something else is going on, obviously. There is something supernatural happening, even though the narrator at this point is still acting on the assumption that there must be a rational explanation. It's got to be some sort of prank or something. But what could it be? I've seen theories in the comments section. Stuff like maybe the suit actors are literally the killers and victim. Maybe the suits themselves are somehow alive. Maybe the creatures are like, it's sort of a Roger Rabbit thing where they're not actors or a special effect, but they're actual literal beings. Things like that. At this point, we don't necessarily know for certain. For all we know, this videotape is a window into another dimension. It could be anything. But this is addressing one of the things I was initially concerned about. Like I said in the first video, one of my concerns was that Godzilla was just being used as an aesthetic choice, as bait, if you will, to lure people into something that ultimately wouldn't have anything to do with Godzilla anyway. But this clearly shows the idea that it's somehow directly connected to Godzilla. At the very least, it's connected to Godzilla Raids Again. Something happened on the set of that movie, and that is what's affecting things. Moving forward, that's sort of the problem. Well, if that's even the right way to put it. But beyond that, of course, we don't really know the details, but I'm glad that's the direction it went. I'm glad that there's an actual reason for it. Now, of course, how it continues, if it'll move beyond Godzilla Raids Again, or if it will somehow start affecting beyond a single videotape and move out into the quote-unquote real world, I mean, that all remains to be seen. I have no idea what the process is behind the scenes for this one. I only can tell you what I've seen. And, well, let me put it this way. Instance 1 had my curiosity, but Instance 2 has my attention. I think this one really could go places. This one has me thinking they've got a plan. It's not just going to be like the Godzilla creepypasta. No offense to the people who do like that story, I just wasn't a fan of it. And, well, like I said, I don't know what the plan is, but I am curious. And also, this video had some improvement over the last one. I didn't notice as many typos in the text. I think the editing was just the slightest bit crisper. And, you know, that's a good thing. It shows that there is still improvement to be made. These videos can get better and more complex with time, and yeah, those are just my thoughts on the second instance. Whatever the third instance brings, I'm sure it's going to continue expanding things. Whether it continues to stick with Raids Again or moves on to another movie, we will see. But I'm curious to see how this all plays out. And I'm glad to see that it's actually going in an interesting, unique direction. So, keep up the good work then, guys. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni viewer signing off. Hey, staring contest. Go!
Congratulations, you reached the end. If you enjoyed this video, you might want to consider supporting us on Patreon. Of course, the other way to support us is to go to Amazon and check out our books, Operation Red Dragon, The Daikaiju Wars Part 1, The Occult Mafia, Emerald of Maddox City, and Assorted Absurdities, Tales of Kaiju Punk and Other Genres. Also check the description for links to DeviantArt and other platforms we operate. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.